So there's this abundance all around us. And out of that abundance, then it's very easy for us to live with simplicity, to go like, oh, my function is very simple. What I need to do to take care of my body and person is a very simple regime. Okay, so a second part of our practice, okay, is bringing this discipline to our daily lives. Okay, daily life as spiritual practice. We bring the discipline of, discipline just simply means having this focus on the simplicity of our existence. And then looking at all the other details for just simply what they are. They're just minutia, don't really have any meaning at all. You know, the little details, like what I'm going to have for breakfast, or what clothes am I going to wear today, or whatever. The little things we do to take care of our person and body are not very important. Again, because we know with the power that we wield, the power is taking care of us more than anything we could ever do at the physical level. Like I said many times, you know, this power that flows through us, that comes from the unmanifested, is the source of all of our energy. Okay, again, reflected in the sun. Okay, so we don't need food for our energy. Okay, we use food as just, you know, part of being a social creature, part of just a routine. But we come to see it as absolutely not necessary. It's enjoyable, it's interesting, it's fun. You know, again, it's part of enjoying the physical body, enjoying the physical world. Eating, you know, I just had a little toast with, you know, butter and blueberry marmalade with my coffee. It's like, it's enjoyable, you know, breaking a fast, but, you know, what many people can do easily, which is a very healthy routine, a discipline, is something called intermittent fasting. And, you know, this allows us to basically make eating an option. We create a discipline around eating. Like, so we're intermittent fasting. Generally, for instance, I do all of my eating between 6 a.m. more or less and midday, 12:30. And then for the rest of the day, the other 18 hours, there's no eating. You know, it might be a little snack or a, you know, certainly having some beverage. But this whole idea that we were trained to believe, part of the conditioning that, oh, you should have breakfast and lunch and dinner, 3 meals a day. And, you know, we're eating, you know, because again, people in a very conditioned reality, a very unhappy reality, it's like eating becomes like a oh, you know, so a big thing to look forward to, because there's so little else going on in the life, you know, especially for retired people, right? But that's, you know, part of the error, which creates all kinds of ill health, is just having all of these dependencies, all of these addictions to things that are really just help us numb mental and emotional distress. Okay, alcohol, smoking, drugs, food, whatever. Again, this is not about making any of those things evil. I certainly enjoy plenty of what some people might call indulgences. The whole thing is just not to see it as a big part of your life. It's like, it's, you know, the care of the body and the person is meant to be a very easy, simple thing. So if you have I have, you know, say a little addiction to caffeine, giving my body its caffeine each morning and maybe a little bit throughout the day, that's just something that I enjoy. It's like, but it's a very simple thing. It's like the clothes that I wear. Very simple. There's not don't spend hardly any time thinking about it, certainly not worrying about it like it's important. It's the food we eat, the beverages we drink, the clothes we wear, whatever. That's part of the minutia of our day. The big thing that we're doing with this body and this person is representing eternity, representing the unmanifested, representing God. We are these light-filled beings sharing our gratitude, our enthusiasm with our world. That's the meaning of our life. Okay, so the minutia is not the meaning. It's minutia is just minutia. It's just like, okay, take care. Oh, I got a little itch. Itch. Not to make a big deal of it. So there's no special relationships any longer. It doesn't matter what we eat. There's no special diet. There's no right eating, wrong eating. I mean, it's very important that you understand that this is elemental to our co-creation of a new earth, is getting beyond specialness, okay, beyond magical thinking. Magical thinking is, again, part of our earlier development. We all went through it, but there's a time when we step into the kingdom. Magical thinking makes no sense any longer. The power that flows through us is so great that nothing we eat or drink or do could ever interfere any longer with that power. You know, in earlier days, yeah, we had to we had to do what we could to create less interference patterns so that we could develop a relationship with this power. But once this relationship is intact, like I was saying at another time, there's no way, for instance, that a being filled with this power could ever feel depressed, could ever feel anxious, worried, stressed. Those mental, emotional conditions disappear. They become impossible. Impossible. Okay, so again, magical thinking, believing in medication or believing in special diets or believing in special practices or whatever. There's no space for that in a new earth. It doesn't belong. It would seem ridiculous. It's like being an adult and suddenly, you know, you watch a child enjoying their childish games, and you know you have that same kind of feeling, your higher self for your tribal and egoic self. That, oh, so it's so cute. It's so cute that I would think that, oh, having this argument and being right would have anything to do with my happiness. It's ridiculous. There's no way that it fits. There's a great line from the Course that says, "In my defenselessness, my safety lies." There's no reason ever to defend myself, my body, or my person. Again, this power would show me that I am, and I've learned this in my life many times, invincible, unbreakable. I cannot die. So there's nothing to fear. This whole idea even of death being something to worry about or something to fear is ridiculous, because dropping the body is meaningless. It won't change my day at all. And it might be hard to fathom if you're, you know, using your rational mind. How would life after dropping the body be the same as life before dropping the body? It's the same. When you're the timeless realm, eternity is the same. You know, we're just playing. This being that I am, Sun King, is simply playing in the space-time world using this cloak, this communication device. As I drop my communication device, Sun King radiates in a whole new way, okay? No longer sort of positioned in this space-time grid, in this beautiful eco resort outside of Cuenca, Ecuador, South America, world. You know, imagine again you as your higher self, no longer carrying a body. Wow. I mean, again, this is a little bit beyond our ability to fully fathom, but trust me, it's real. It's true. As you drop your body, you, if you developed a relationship with the real you, will be right there going, wow, that was interesting. Ooh, wow. What a feeling to suddenly go, wow, I'm no longer obligated to use this body. And you will be, you know, looking at it, laying there. The body is laying there dead. And we're like, holy shit, that was really something. Now, many of us, like me, I've had so much practice with that. I've already seen my dead body a number of times, right? And then for whatever reason, the universe said, well, you know, re-enter and continue on in that form. No problem. But it's not, again, it's not a condition that affects my ability to perform. It's just a way, a vehicle to do that here in the world. You know, whether reincarnation is real or whether we just occupy different bodies at different times. I mean, that story isn't that interesting to me. What's interesting is the reality that we are representing in, again, whatever time and space coordinate we're occupying, seemingly occupying, you know, the body. So again, I think where we're evolving to eventually will be fully without bodies, fully without the need for the physical world at all. But the point is, and I've always been very clear about this, my teachers were always very clear with me that whole thing, ascending, transcending this space-time world, isn't the issue. That the teaching is very clear that our work, our play, our function is here in this world, on planet Earth, creating heaven on Earth, birthing a new Earth, here and now. It's here, it's now. So I think that's good for today. You can see the light. I started a little bit later than usual. Right at birdsong I started, which is what birdsong was, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the sun. Again, talk about a daily discipline, the routine. The birds, it's always exactly the same time that they sing, relative to the sun, depending on where you live, but it's always in this space of 10 or 15 minutes before dawn. Okay, whether it's cloudy or sunny, doesn't matter. The birds sense the sun just the same way we sense the sun without, you don't have to see it. It's on a cloudy day, the sun is shining exactly the same as on a sunny day. So enough for today. Going to get on with my happy dance, and I hope your dance today is very happy as well. I love you so much. Boop, boop.